Hey guys, this is FNGR, and generally I use this channel as sneak peeks, and I'm going to put up a sample of 45. If this were to go down, it would be a lot harder to deny who's behind it. I mean, you could say it's Tara Strong, but I highly doubt it. There will be a link to the entire upload on VidMe. I encourage you to check it out, and maybe sign up. Thanks. There'll be those of you people in the comments who will make the remark, I don't know any of these people I'm talking about. So here's an idea. Go to YouTube, type the name down of the person in question, and then type in for no good reason, and how not to brony, and generally there will at least be a reasonable explanation to answer some of, if not all, the questions on that topic. Some of you guys might know that there's a feud between myself and Vita. Part of that is that Vita went off and told Sega something private. Now, it's not anywhere near as a big deal as Sega's making it out to be, but tack being what it is, I'm going to retract that specific fact that I don't want to tell you, and I don't need to get my point across. Long story short, Toon Critics said something a while ago privately. It was 1, true, 2, something any guy would have privately told among friends. In a tipsy rant to 12 people literally 2 years ago. So starved for something to lash out that Vita dug this up, told Sega Sister, who came into limbo, and announced that private matter to 66 plus people. So let's do some basic math. 12 times 5 is 60. Sega, in expressing her frustration, more than quadrupled a matter that anyone who knew about it had to be reminded. And here's the multiple kicker. After leaving and acting like a massive dumbass in my room, she unfriended me. And then Vita turned around and stabbed her in the back and mocked her and Voice for getting GoFundMe money to go to BronyCon. Dear Sega, couldn't happen to a nicer gal. I want this message to all the people who assist Vita. Don't worry, Bayfish. We'll get to you in a moment. And you know what? Let's do that right now. So in How Not To Brony 43, I gave Deckard Spade the venue to express his dissatisfaction with Bayfish. She turned around and gave Deckard's personal information to Vita. So if anyone's out there, if you're going to commission Bayfish, be aware that she may give your PayPal information to someone who's legally, mentally unhinged. This isn't a Lily Pete, I'm calling someone crazy, because here's a clip straight from the horse's mouth.
We all know I have many mental problems. So they arrested me at school for bullshit reasons and later said that I wasn't actually under arrest at first, all despite me being in the back of a cop car. And like they were talking to my mom or something about it, who arrived. And suddenly, while still in a very insane state, I decided, you know what? I don't want to be in the back of this cop car. Despite being handcuffed, I just started donkey kicking the window. And the woman just freaked the fuck out. Like, oh shit, and started driving, like trying to get down the road to the police station. But before she could get there, the window just busted out and she ended up pepper spraying me. And I'm just standing there going, nope, you're within your rights. No, you're just doing your job. I had to do it, you know. No, I understand. I'm just going to sit here now.
Okay, you're currently on what kind and how many meds?
I used to be on 2, but right now I'm taken down to 1, which is Seroquel. It's extended release. I take it before I go to bed, and it goes out overnight, keeps me asleep, and then a bit into the morning, and it stays with me until I gotta take it again the next day.
This is Bayfish's enforcer, and if you upset her, this guy is getting your personal information. Don't believe me? Go to Vita's channel and watch his most recent video, where he does that via Bayfish. Want to see something sad? Fallen Wish had an issue with Derpy, aka Simone, where she showed me a screenshot that she paid back the money she owed to Astralace, Simone's boyfriend. This did not include any of Astral's private information. Fallen Wish, in an effort to alleviate the problem, simply showed me that she paid the money back. And somehow, someway, Bayfish, to deal with a similar issue, had to dox someone. Now some of you guys might assume I'm saying Bayfish is a worse person than Fallen Wish. Handily. I've lent money to Fallen Wish and got it back in 2 months minus PayPal costs. Now that was over $100. Bayfish took 4 months plus to pay back $40, more than twice that amount in twice the time. Dear Bayfish, how's that friendship with Vita working for you? You know, since pretty much hate your guts, this one's on the house. Bayfish is currently dating Flufflemixer. So since you decided to dox Deckard, I figured that this is the least I could do. Dear Tara Strong. Oh yeah, my little ponies, we're going there. As of the time of this script, there is no law that bans the service of trans from inclusion in the military. The United States President expressed an interest in what would likely be considered a hasty decision, and we're throwing around death to the LGBT community. Why? Allow me to respond. Whether I agree with the decision or not, removing someone from the military service, I would imagine likely encourages a longer lifespan. I would say this as a no-shit Sherlock response, but it seems to be flying over everyone's head. Not to mention when you consider that those of the US military who are trans, where do you think that they'll be serving, Tara? You're not going to pretend to tell me that if they're captured, an American trans soldier is going to be alright in the hands of an Islamic extremist? You know what, let me walk that forward. An Islamic fundamentalist, your common rank-and-file Muslim soldier, at best will be hostile to a trans man or woman, an environment that didn't need any help in being encouraged in being hostile. Not to mention the prospect of dying alone overseas and away from family. Like, I understand it's a horrible thing to be denied the rights and privileges of every other US citizen. But if anything, this privilege is a costly one with time that will likely be turned over due to legal grounds, not moral grounds. If you took the time to check your feelings and handle this responsibility, you'd know this. Thank you.
Don't ask, don't tell didn't work. The concept of discriminating against a class of people who should be considered equal if they're able to do the equal job, it doesn't work. We're not talking about private entities here. We're talking about the U.S. government. They are more specifically constrained by the concept of the 13th and in this case, I would say to a degree, really the Fourth Amendment. And so that's how it will be construed. They'll say, well, what business is it of Uncle Sam's whether the soldier's taking hormones unless they can show compelling evidence that it's interfering with their duties as a soldier? They're paying for it themselves. Who cares? And ultimately, that's the way they will rule. That's my prediction anyway. It could be wrong. But so far, I have no reason to believe that I'm going to be wrong. Well, it's going to be like gays in the military, gay marriage, or any of these other so-called moral arguments. Divorce yourself from the moral context. You can get a feel for the legal ramifications more easily.